everybody, I'm Adriana and welcome back to my channel. Today I have...
boy Adriana. I'm Adriana from a different dimension. Okay. Hi, I'm Robert. I'm Adriana's boyfriend.
If you've seen any of my videos in which Robert is any part of them, you already know.
Oh gosh.
Today we are doing a boyfriend tag, and I thought this would be fun just because he's been in a lot of my videos now, but I've never officially introduced him to the internet, so now we're gonna do that. I have a couple of questions pulled up, and we're just gonna interrogate Robert on how well he knows me.
Yeah, so. This is also a refresher after I hit my head recently.
Let me start off this video by saying Robert's favorite hobby on the planet is to give me a heart attack.
It's really not.
In less than a month and a half, he has hit his head twice. The first time, he had short-term memory loss, and he forgot things every, what was it, like a minute, 2 minutes or so?
Okay, but the most important part is I remembered Adriana throughout all of it.
No, I called him 4 times after the incident, and each time he had forgotten that he talked to me the previous time, except for the very last one.
Yeah, but I remembered that we were still dating, so that's what matters.
Number 1, when/where did we meet?
We met at the hub at UF.
True.
That was the first official time. The first time we met, I was vice president. She was socials chair for Theta Alpha. And we had to plan a social, which was originally going to be a social media themed social. And then they're like, why is it in Woodser? It has to be in Woodser. So then we had to go to a Woodser.
And the Woodser
and that was the biggest pain in the butt.
And so we planned the Woodser, and it just got rained out, like literally almost like a hurricane swept through. Trees were falling and everything. People were getting into car accidents. It was the biggest disaster ever, and we didn't talk to each other ever again.
I thought she hated me, so I was like, well, we're giving up on not talking to her ever again.
Then the second time, so that was the first time we met, and that didn't really contribute to our story at all. But second time, in my sorority, we were playing a game. Well, I guess there's like 4 Christian Greek organizations at UF. So it was Theta Alpha, Phi Lam, Bucks, and Kappa Phi. Robert was in Bucks and I was in Theta Alpha, and we were playing a game called Assassins as a fundraiser for our our Alabama missions trip. And basically with Assassins, everyone is assigned a target, and then you basically have to silly string your target, which is killing your target by the end of the day, and then you get a new target and it just goes on and on and on. But that's not important. What's important is that my target was someone in Bucks, and I had no idea who he was, and I had to figure out a way to find out how to get this guy. So I had Robert's number, and I texted him from a fake phone number that I used during Big Little Week. And I texted him and I was like, hey, you may or may not know me. I may or may not be a girl or a boy. I don't know, but I just need your help. Can you help me find this person? And he did, and I was super appreciative. So I told him that if he ever wanted coffee when he was on campus, I would buy it for him. And then 3 months later, he redeemed that free coffee.
Yeah.
Would you like to take it from there?
Yeah. I wanted coffee, so I got a coffee. And I made a super cool friend that day. So yeah, she was like, cool, I'll buy it for you. Where at? I'm like, oh, we can meet at the, where was it? Library West Starbucks. And then we got in line. I met her there, and she was looking real cute in her winter attire and her Back to the Future t-shirt underneath. Yeah, it was very cold. And I was like, oh crap. I didn't like prepare any conversation, and we have to wait in this really long Starbucks line because it's Starbucks. And after like kind of grasping for straws, I finally was like, oh, I'm following her on Instagram. She likes Disney stuff. And then we started talking about Disney stuff, and that's kind of where like the momentum went from there. And then we got the drinks, and then I made like the biggest unknown decision of my life when we were like literally facing the exit of Library West, like around the first floor, and we're looking out, and she's like, all right, well, don't feel like you gotta stay here or anything. I'm probably gonna hang out and do something here.
If you want to stay, you can stay. If not, you can leave.
Yeah, which I don't know. Why did you choose to stay. You just were
Because
like...
I had time before class, so I was just gonna hang out in the library, and I was like, you can hang out with me if you want, but
and then
I'm not gonna
I kinda
tie you
just-
down here.
Yeah. I kind of just looked at her and I was just like, I think I'll stay. And then we talked for like
We talked
way
for
too
a long
long.
time. We made it late to our classes, and then I left there, and then I literally texted Brian, who is now my mom's fiance. What was it that I texted him? I texted him something, I basically just told him like the whole thing. I was like, oh man, I just talked to this guy and he was so cool, blah blah blah. That's pretty much it.
I was cool for that brief moment.
Second question, where was our first date?
If we're not counting the Starbucks date, I would say it was officially to Tijuana Flats.
Yeah. So
My favorite restaurant.
it is his favorite restaurant.
I remember just like thinking I have to talk to this girl again. She was really cool. I just don't know how to do it. And I'm like, maybe I'll just like ask her out to lunch. Like I'll buy her lunch this time. She bought me coffee the first time. I know it really wasn't like a date or anything, but we might as well just try it out. Just try it out. And so I asked her, and so we went to Tijuana Flats, and she was still, you know, dressed really pretty in her church outfit, I think. And then, yeah.
I was still, okay, so like I was still wearing the dress that I wore to church that morning, and what's unfortunate is that I wore this dress, but I was riding my scooter. Like if you go to UF or if you know anything about UF, like scooters are a really big deal. And I had rode my scooter from my apartment, which was like way not close to Tijuana Flats, all the way to the Tijuana Flats, struggling to keep my skirt down the whole time. And then while we were in Tijuana Flats, it started just like downpouring. So it's a good thing that first date went well, because my roommate Kaylee had to pick us up, both of us, from Tijuana Flats and drop him off at
Because
home.
I don't have a car at UF.
So he didn't have to walk to his apartment, and then so I didn't have to scoot in the rain and die. So thanks, Kaylee. And
Appreciate
thankfully
you.
that went well, because how awkward would it have been if it didn't go well? And I was like, well, either walk in the rain or sit in an awkward car with me. Who said I love you first?
That was me. But like barely me.
Yeah, I instigated a lot. a lot.
So we were at the
I like looked at him and I was like, I really, really, really like you. If you get the hint, Robert, because I wasn't gonna say it first. This one shouldn't be too hard. When is my birthday? He's totally joking. It was literally like 2 weeks ago.
I don't know, I can't remember.
Yeah, you didn't remember.
When was your birthday?
You must hit your head real hard, didn't you?
Okay, fine. It was June 3rd.
Yeah. Where was I born?
You were born here in Florida.
In Florida.
Kissimmee, Florida.
What color are my eyes?
Green with hints of brown.
Correct. What's my weirdest habit? Do I have a weird habit?
I wouldn't say it's a habit. It's more of just a thing you do to help yourself out. Is you like do that weird throat thing to clear up your throat whenever
That's
it itches.
valid. So
But it's not a habit.
something people make fun of me for all the time is like if I'm sick or if my throat itches, I do, and I don't even know if you can hear that, but like I'm able to scratch the back of my throat and it makes like a weird frog sound. I guess that's my weird habit. What am I really bad at? I kind of just like putting you on the spot.
I mean, I know what it is. I just don't want to say it and make
What
you
is
feel
it?
bad. You're gonna feel bad if I say
What is it?
Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm the one who got Galactic Hero. You've never been a Galactic Hero before.
I know. I'm a galactic turd.
Okay. Where would I love to travel to?
I can name one of the places. And that would be, you would love to see Jerusalem, or like the Middle East in general.
That's not the one I always tell you, but yes,
Right.
that is true.
But I know that the one you'd want to go to the most, if you wanted to travel, you'd want to go to California so you can go to Disneyland, right?
No.
No.
I always told you that I've always wanted to go to Greece.
I'm sorry. I failed. Boyfriend video over. Robert's the worst.
Robert's the most dramatic, is what Robert is. What's my middle name?
Lauren.
Ding, ding, ding. What's my best friend's name?
There's gonna be so... Okay, I think if anything, you're gonna be the one that gets screwed over by this question because you have so many girls that you're like, you're my best, I love you, and I mean, here, I'm gonna say a bunch of them. Zoe Warren, Hannah Harms, Sophie, whatever her last name is with the W, Sophie W with the iPad.
Low height. Sophie with the iPad.
Yeah. Just to name a few.
And then you.
Oh my
You're
gosh,
my best
yeah.
friend.
Wait, was that what you were expecting?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I am her best friend, so take that, 3 I named.
Who's the dominant one in our relationship?
Adriana. Adriana, completely.
I have a small problem with control. It's okay. Yeah. What was my first job?
Your first job,
I have to remember my own. There it is. Yep.
are we, like, you got paid for it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You were helping at Baby Gator?
Yeah, as a substitute teacher, Baby Gator. What is my weirdest interest?
Your weirdest interest? Childbirth.
Yeah.
She's... I'm not gonna say anymore.
I find childbirth fascinating. I can watch videos on YouTube for a long time. In my defense, I've told you guys that I've... It sounded like you gagged for a second there. If you watched my channel before, you know that when I came into college, I was on a pre-med track, and that's because I wanted to be a gynecologist obstetrician. So in my defense, I had intentions of making my career about birth.
Yeah, but, you know, I never had an intention. And she still
And I
thought,
forced
today
it.
I'm gonna show him my favorite birth video.
Yep. I literally said, we're having a date today, I'm going to show you my favorite birth video on the internet. And what was so great about this experience is while we're watching this, and there's just all this gore on the screen, his roommate walks in. He's like, oh man, no.
Yeah. He's like, what is this? And then I played the video. And
I told him not to come in. I really told him
I was
not
really
to.
glad he came in.
He was like, no man, come in. I was like, don't come in, don't come in.
Yeah, I encouraged.
Yeah, things you didn't know about me. Where am I on a Friday night?
Home.
Correct. What kinds of movies do I like?
Horror. If you guys ever want to give her a really great movie, give her a horror movie. No, I'm just kidding. It's rom-coms.
Yes, rom-coms all the way. You baked me a cake for my birthday. What kind of cake is it?
Banana, because that's the only one I'm good at making.
He actually did make me a cake for my birthday last year. It was really, really good. And now his grandma gave me the recipe.
She's in the family now.
I'm the only one who has the recipe, your mom said. Other
Yeah,
than your
yeah,
grandma.
you and my grandma. She's that about you being in this unit, so
Could you tell that I liked you?
no.
That was so fast.
No, I couldn't. You had to flat out tell me. We went to see The Greatest Showman, and the entire time, like, the way she was watching the movie, she was just like eyeing it out, and I looked over and I said, you know what? Cool. If she really wants to see this movie, she wants to see the movie, and I'm gonna watch it too. And so I did nothing. I didn't make a move. That's a hint, gentlemen. Sometimes you don't have to make a move.
Gentleman tips from Robert.
Yeah, stop trying, please. It's very creepy sometimes. And then
Take notes, man. Take notes.
and then after the movie, I was gonna have a friend pick me up, but then she's like, "Oh, I'll take you." So then we went in our car. You know, I was kind of like weird about her driving back then, but now I drive her car everywhere because she hates it so much.
I hate driving.
So then we went to my place, and then we were like parked outside, and she's like, "All right, well, have a good night." And I'm just like, okay, I gotta like tell her what's on my mind because, you know, I just gotta tell her like this because it was on my mind and I didn't get a read, and like I was kind of bracing for impact because I was just like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I have feelings for you. I don't know where you're at, but you know, I'm really starting to like you, and I want to let you know. And then she responded with, yeah, no. I have feelings for you too. And then
Yeah, no, really got him.
Yeah.
Really shot him down real fast without meaning to.
I looked real panicked apparently, according to you.
Alright, and then this one isn't one that I found online, but I'm gonna have us talk about it anyways. Is the day where we like made things official. Because I feel like that was a pivotal story in our relationship.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I can start it off and then tell my half of it. I went to go pick him up from his apartment so that we could go to church, and because UF has like the University Auditorium church service at nighttime on Sundays, and so we went together, and it was like every single thing Pastor Mike was saying literally was so spot on, like in my face. Like I literally felt like he was talking to me. Like everything, like he was saying things like, he was talking about like past relationships, and then about how like you probably brought someone here for the first time today, and now you're just like, oh, why did we come today? And I was just like, this is our first time going to church together, like what? And then he was saying things like, this guy's gonna be like the wisest man, blah 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 blah, and all these things, and I was like, hello, are you in there? Can you hear me? And so I was shook at church, and then I came back to his apartment, and he had to go. I think he left. You left your wallet.
I left my wallet.
He left his wallet, and he didn't want me to pay for the pizza. So we came back so he could pick up his wallet, and his roommate and his roommate's girlfriend, who is in my sorority, they like came up to my car and talked to me, and he was like, so how'd it go? And I guess like he knew something I didn't, because I was just like, I mean, church was a little awkward because they were talking about relationships, and it was really really spot on, and he was like, oh, like eyebrow wiggle, and I was just like, oh man. And then you can take it from here.
Yeah. I got my wallet, and then we went to Domino's to go and buy.
First off, I find it really bizarre that we went to Domino's, because neither of us really love Domino's, and both of our pizza of choice was Papa John's.
Yeah, so the fact that
Domino's was just meant to be for that night, I guess.
That will be that's one of the only times we'll ever have Domino's, it seems like. So we went there, and then we were I like went in, I was like, hey, is our order ready yet? And then the guy's like, no, not yet. So we sat in the car to wait for it, and I don't know what in my right mind thought now's the time to ask the question that's been on your mind all day.
In the car in front of, in the Domino's parking lot, in the car, waiting on our pizza.
And so then I just kind of was like, hey, so I know we both really like each other, and I was wondering if you wanted to make like all this like dating stuff official. And then she looked at me, she's like, official?
I don't know
like,
what was wrong with me.
What does that mean?
I was just like trying to have things process.
Yeah, and then I was like, yeah, like boyfriend girlfriend status, like you're the girlfriend and I'm your boyfriend.
And like, you see, I like needed to like just sit there and think about this, so I was like stalling a little bit, I feel like, when I said that, because after my previous relationship, I was like praying the Lord. I was like, listen, I'm not dating anybody else unless he's my husband. Like, I don't even want to think about it. So like, you just make it happen. I'm not pursuing anyone. It'll just happen on its own, and that'll be that. And then literally, that was like a year or something before all of this even happened. And then me and my little were like, no, we're done with men for now. Like, we're done with them. I'm not even gonna think about it. And then literally this all just kind of happened on its own. Like, I didn't try at all. Like, it just was not my priority, and then it just kind of pieced itself together. So before I knew it, I was like, I guess, yeah. And now it's all great. So
yeah, no, it was interesting. That was like one whole continuous blur.
Yeah. But I honestly kind of feel that way. I feel like I was on autopilot.
Yeah.
And like everything just kind of fell into place, and I didn't have to really
try. It was like, oh, well, if it's working with her and it's working with me, like, let's just keep doing this, and then.
Yeah. And now things are great.
Yeah.
What were your first impressions of me?
I just remember like the thought, this girl is so cool, and like that's really like a main thought that kept going through my head. I was like, she's just really cool, like it's easy to talk to her, I'm having a good time. And it was, and I think what set her apart from other girls that I liked was the fact that when she left, I didn't like her immediately. It was more of just,
You didn't like me.
Not like that.
I'm kidding.
I didn't have feelings for her yet, but I was just like so like fascinated by her as a person. And I was just thinking, whoa, she's like really cool. Like I really want to be her friend, and I just feel really compelled. Not that I didn't think she was beautiful or anything, because look at her. And other guys tell her all the time for me, so it's really nice, guys. Thank you. But like,
he's really bitter about some of the Instagram comments I get.
I'm not bitter about it. I just,
no, he's not.
I just wonder why, if you see me there on the page, anyway. Anyway, yeah, no, like obviously I was aware she was really beautiful and super cool as a person, and so just, I just, there was like that urge, like, or that need to like want to talk to her more. I mean, if you want, I also have a question.
You have a question?
Mm-hmm.
Ask a question.
Okay. What has been your favorite memory of me so far?
I would say that my favorite memory of us, I have a couple different ones. So like my favorite milestone memory, I guess, is probably our first Disney trip together.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's like when we kind of say like, that's when we realized, oh my gosh, like I went, what's funny is that I recently saw on Twitter where it was like the test of a relationship in a Floridian culture is if you can last a full day in the heat of the summer at a theme park with another person. And we did. So like our first Disney trip, we like went the whole day. It was super awesome. And like if you ever go to like a Disney park with just one other person like a whole day, you are forced to talk to each other while you're waiting in lines and like all this stuff. So like it was just like a really good day, and we just talked, and we were already dating then, but we had just like hung out and had a great time. I had met his family that weekend too. And like that night, like we were both like, we coincidentally were both like, I think that was when I realized like I loved you and all that. So that was just like a really good weekend in general, just because like I got to meet his family and just hang out with him in like a different space than what we were so used to, because really our relationship only existed at college, you know. So that's where it kind of like pushed the boundary, I guess.
Yeah, that's when things started becoming more real as well. Like, not only did I realize I was in love with you, but also just seeing you like interact with my family and how like well you meshed. I was thinking, whoa. So
yeah, so that's my favorite memory. And then, okay, where'd it go?
Sorry.
Okay, so here's our final sort of question. It's not really a question, but complete this sentence. My girlfriend is blank.
My favorite person.
Hmm.
So there you go.
That was
that's literally one of the first things I could think of. So there you go. She's my favorite person.
I would say so too. I think that's how I'd finish that. I mean, I think I tell you that enough, but
well, now everyone knows it. So
you're right. Dang, I've been exposed because I tell Zoe she's my favorite person a lot. And I tell Hannah Beth, and I tell a lot of people they're my favorite person.
You know what? I don't even think she means. Nah, I know.
I just really love my friends, guys. I love them a lot. But Robert, like, how could you not love this? That's all we had for today. Those were all of our questions. I don't even know how many questions those were. I was just kind of skipping around all the questions, and I put Robert on the spot. He answered some good ones.
I still messed up on 2 of them. I'll never get over that.
If you guys want to see more of Robert, let us know in the comments. Because I love Robert, so I'm sure you'll love Robert too. Maybe we should do like a girlfriend tag where I answer all these questions about you.
I'd be down for that.
Test my knowledge. So if you guys want to see me answer some questions about Robert, let's put Robert in control and ask me the questions.
I will be the queen.
The queen?
The queen.
Oh man. Okay.
We're getting weird now.
Yeah, just a little bit. Alright, so we're all done for today, but thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this video. Alright. Bye.
See you later. Oh man.
We're done. Now he's sniffing my armpit. That's what it looks like.
Oh my gosh, please put that in the video.
We gotta go.
This is weird.